It's your boy Tam. So, as I say, it is fight week. The fight is on Saturday. The highly unanticipated showdown between Canelo and Jermell Charlo. Once again, a fight that nobody asked for, that nobody was clamoring for, but it's going to take place anyway. At the end of the day, the fight makes no sense whatsoever. But at the end of the day, this is one of the failures of the PBC, and another reason why Showtime is ready to get rid of their boxing program and not spend any money on this because of matchups like this. On paper, this looks like a mismatch in favor of Canelo. Canelo has no business taking this fight. And you Canelo stands can't justify this fight, and there's no way you can talk around it or talk your way out of it. He has no business making Jermell Charlo move up 2 weight classes to fight him, where there were plenty of people for him to fight that was already established at 168. He could have took a rematch with Caleb Plant. He could have fought David Morrell. He could have fought, of course, David Benavidez. So there were plenty options out there for him, and he decided to go this route, and Canelo deserves to get criticized. Nobody worried about you Canelo fans being upset. You cannot tell me this fight makes any kind of sense. It doesn't. But in Jermell's case, I just got to be frank. There's no way he's going to leave that arena with a decision win over Canelo, even if he boxed circles around him. And I listened to the homie World Combat Sports saying that, well, if he tries to go for the knockout, he could end up getting knocked out. Well, I think in this particular case, I think he should just go for broke. I think he should. I think he should try to just find a way to stop Canelo. But I think the first 3 rounds, he needs to try to, break Canelo down. And I think between the 5th and 8th round, hopefully, if he's done some damage to Canelo, landed some shots that have weakened Canelo, or let's just say Canelo has started to gas out, I think he should go for broke. I don't think he should go for broke early, because he could end up walking into something. But at the end of the day, I think after the 5th round, he needs to try to make it happen. Because once the bell ring, this is factual. Once the first bell, it's 0 Canelo no matter what happens. So Jermell, he's going to have to seriously hurt Canelo. He may have to drop Canelo at least twice. Even if he dominates. You've seen what happened with Bibbo. Bibbo dominated Canelo, and somehow, some way, he won a narrow margin unanimous decision over Canelo, where they had Canelo winning at least 5 rounds in that fight, which was absurd. Once again, best case scenario, Canelo won maybe 3 rounds. You would be generous to say Canelo won 4 rounds. Worst case scenario for Canelo, he may have won 2 rounds. But he got thoroughly dominated in that fight. It doesn't matter how people try to put highlights together and make it look like Canelo was doing better than what he really was. Same thing with people still trying to put highlight reels together, trying to make it look like Manny Pacquiao beat Floyd Mayweather. But, it is what it is. But you have to just tell the truth. We know the history with Canelo. Canelo has been the beneficiary of questionable W's. That's just real talk. A lot of people thought that he lost his first 2 fights with Triple G. I didn't. But you can make an argument that he lost to Lara when he fought Lara. So Canelo could possibly have at least 3 or 4 losses. Some people even believe that he beat Miguel Cotto by narrow margin. Some people believe that Miguel Cotto did enough to win against Canelo, because I did have Miguel Cotto winning the first 4 rounds versus Canelo, and then Canelo, started to rally later in the fight, and then I think that he secured the fight. But some people thought that uh, Cotto fought well enough to at least earn the draw with Canelo. So, you looking at Canelo's history, he has some questionable victories. But Charlo, at the end of the day, I don't think he's part of the plan. Because at the end of the day, Al Heyman still wants to find a way to where he could justify and try to profit off possibly a Canelo Spence fight. I think somehow, some way, he still wants to try to find a way to make that fight. He never wanted Errol Spence to fight Crawford, because that was the overall plan all along, to make Canelo versus Errol Spence. Have a big cash out fight for Canelo and Errol Spence. But Crawford, he offset those plans by basically beating down Errol Spence the way he did. And as you can see, a lot of the Errol Spence fanboys and fangirls still cannot accept the fact that Terrence Crawford was the better man, still making excuses, and you got a lot of these goofy dudes making videos, making all these baseless accusations versus Terrence Crawford. Like I said, the wrong guy won. And that's all it come down to. And it's just laughable. But you just have to tell the truth. Mel is not leaving that arena with a decision victory over Canelo. He has to try to knock him out, or at least try to drop him between at least 2 and 3 times, maybe to get a split decision. I'm talking about if Bibble, who thoroughly dominated Canelo, beat him decisively, won by narrow margin, and they was trying to find a way to screw Bibble. You can imagine that they're going to do trouble if he does, find a way to. This is just logic. This is just common sense, especially if you have followed Canelo's career. And then based off the fact that if Charlo wins, due to the fact that he's not perceived and liked very much, and he can't really sell no tickets being the main headliner, because as you can see, there's plenty of tickets left for this fight. This fight is not gonna, in actuality, probably do very well. It's not gonna. It's already not doing well as far as ticket sales go, and then it's probably not gonna do well as far as pay-per-view goes. We all know that they're gonna try to inflate the numbers. Because to be honest with you, they really didn't put out what Canelo did his last fight versus John Ryder. At the end of the day, Canelo might be on the hunt for a legitimate dance partner. And to be honest with you, they may tell Canelo and Showtime and Al Heyman, Showtime might say, based off what the numbers are for this fight, they may tell Al Heyman, look, man, if you don't make Canelo versus David Benavidez a fight that we think could sell and do good, based off the fact that David Benavidez has, Mexican lineage, we may end the deal now, and we don't give a damn if you sue us for breach of contract. That may actually happen. I'm telling you right now, this fight is not going to do very well. Not hating on Canelo, not hating on Charlo. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just kicking logic. Not attack on Canelo. It's not an attack on Charlo, but this is factual. I got people from Houston that told me one of the venues that the Charlo brothers fought in, basically they had snacks and stuff on the table and stuff. That's how bad the venue was that they fought in, because due to the fact they can't get people to come see them fight. So at the end of the day, you can't get mad at me for just basically, just kicking knowledge and presenting facts to you guys. don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at the messenger. All this stuff can be researched and looked up. Jermell Charlo doesn't have a following. He doesn't have a fan base because nobody likes the guy. Do you see people really making videos talking about how excited they are about this fight? No. You know why? Because they're not. Because once again, nobody asked for this fight. It logically it didn't make any kind of sense. Didn't make sense whatsoever. So I'm just saying, man, when they don't release the numbers for this fight, or they're hesitant to release the numbers for this fight, don't be surprised. I'm telling you right now, this fight is not going to do, I don't even think this fight going to do 400,000 pay-per-views. Because like I said, nobody cares about Jermell Charlo. And nobody asked for this fight. So like I said before, the PBC could find themselves in deep trouble after this fight. I'm not lying. If you think I'm lying about how well this fight is selling, or should I say how it isn't selling, go to any ticket site that's selling tickets to this fight, and you will see seats are available throughout the whole arena. At least when Spence Crawford came, there wasn't a lot of seats available. Okay? There are plenty of seats available. And I'm about to make some phone calls, and I can find out exactly or close to how many tickets that they really sold. I got people on the inside, and I'm going to find out, and I'm going to let you guys know how many tickets have been sold. I heard that they have not even sold 12,000 tickets for this fight. Like I said, by the time by the time fight night come, like I said, the PBC or Showtime, they may comp the rest of the tickets and they may give them away. Or they may sell the remaining tickets at a huge discount. They may slash the ticket prices from $300 to maybe $100 just so they can get people up in there. And then they're going to comp a lot of tickets. And then, at the end of the day, they may, like I said, sell the rest at a discount. So mark my words. Have you heard any celebrities talking about, ooh, I can't wait to see this fight? Have you heard any celebrities talk about, ooh, I'm getting up for this fight? So like I said before, Jermell is in a bad situation. It's like if he wins this fight, it's a bad look. Because, like I said, the PBC, in particular, they're hoping that he lose this fight and he get knocked out. But at the end of the day, what does this do for Canelo? Because Canelo is supposed to win this fight. Neither one of these dudes is really going to benefit from this fight. How do you give Canelo props for winning this fight? This is a fight he's supposed to win. Anything short of a knockout or just multiple knockdowns, it's a disappointment for Canelo. And this is going to really prove whether or not Canelo is on the decline. A lot of people believe Canelo is on the decline. I believe that Canelo is on the decline. And it's not no knock against him. I don't know why people get so upset when you say that Canelo is on the decline. This is a dude that got like 60 plus fights in. Keep in mind, he said out of his own mouth, there was like 4 or 5 fights that he didn't get credit for. So he may have damn near 70 total fights at age 33, 34. So that's why I'm trying to figure out When you bring this stuff up, why do people get so upset? Not an attack on Canelo. I'm just, just stating the facts. And I'm just stating the facts for Charlo. That man is not getting no decision. He's not walking out of that arena with a decision. The only way he is going to win this fight if he stops Canelo. If Charlo wins by a decision, I will be surprised. And I'll come back and say that I was wrong. I don't have no problem admitting that I was wrong, but it's highly unlikely. They sending that dude in there to get stopped or get the living shit beat out of him. Either way, Canelo is expected to win this fight. He's a huge favorite in this fight. But at the end of the day, how do you give credit to a dude for a fight he's supposed to win? He's supposed to win this fight. He's supposed to be the favorite because he's making a dude come up two weight classes and all this stuff about, Charlo is bigger, he's taller, but he don't fight at that weight class though. This is a dude that's been going down and fighting down in weight. Should he have moved up? Yeah, probably so. So here's the thing for Charlo. Well, if he wins, the only other option out there for them to possibly sell a fight with him being the headliner is for him to fight Terrence Crawford. They may make him fight Terrence Crawford next at a catch weight. He may have no choice but to fight Terrence Crawford because that's the only financial lucrative fight out there for Charlo where people would be semi-interested in. And at the end of the day, they're going to be coming there to see Terrence Crawford. And that's factual. And Terrence Crawford, of course, would be the A side in that fight, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, I dare somebody to make a video saying that Charlo would be the A side in a fight with Terrence Crawford, a dude that can't even get 2,000 people to come see him fight at a tennis stadium. Just like Frank Martin is fighting in ballrooms, but this dude fighting in ballrooms selling 1,000 tickets, but then he think he should get as much as Shakur Stevenson. And you got people caping and capping for him, making a fool of themselves. So like I said, if you listen to that bullshit that some of these dudes is putting out about Frank Martin, that just goes to show you how much you know about boxing, and that just basically questions their credibility. So there you have it. But anyway, got to get ready to start my shift. I'm out.